Cluster bombs are a type of weapon that works by dispersing large numbers of tiny bomblets from a rocket, missile, or artillery shell. They can cover a wide area and cause massive damage to anyone or anything in their range. Sounds pretty scary, right? But that's not all. Cluster bombs are also very dangerous because many of them don't explode on impact. They can remain hidden on the ground for years or even decades, posing a threat to civilians who may accidentally step on them or pick them up. According to the International Committee of the Red Cross, up to 40% of bomblets have failed to explode in some recent conflicts. This means that cluster bombs, like landmines, can kill and maim people long after their use. In fact, 1/3 of all recorded cluster munitions casualties are children, who are often attracted by the shiny metal objects. So why are cluster bombs still being used? Well, some countries argue that they are effective weapons against military targets, especially in dense or hidden areas. They also claim that they have improved the reliability and accuracy of their cluster munitions, reducing the risk of civilian harm. However, human rights groups say that the use of cluster bombs in populated areas is a violation of international humanitarian law because they cause indiscriminate destruction. They also point out that there is evidence that both Russia and Ukraine have used them on the battlefield in recent years, resulting in the deaths of scores of civilians. That's why more than 120 countries have signed the Convention on Cluster Munitions, which prohibits the use, production, transfer and stockpiling of the weapons. The convention also requires the destruction of existing stockpiles and the clearance of contaminated areas. Since the adoption of the convention in 2008, 99% of global stockpiles have been destroyed, according to the Cluster Munition Coalition. Unfortunately, some major powers, including Russia, Ukraine and the US, have not signed the treaty. The US is even considering providing cluster munitions to Ukraine amid rising tensions with Russia, despite opposition from human rights groups. So what can we do to stop the use of cluster bombs? Well, we can raise awareness about the devastating effects and support the efforts of organizations that campaign for their ban. We can also pressure our governments to join the convention and stop supplying or using these weapons.